So if we want a needle for plantar fasciitis, there might be a couple of things that could be causing plantar fascial pain. Soleus can refer its pain down to here. Gastrocs can as well. Abductor hallucis can, which is here. That can refer it in. And quadratus plantae refers it in as well. So there's just a couple of structures that can do that. So let's just have a look at how we might needle that. So if we find the medial aspect of the calcaneus and we drop forward just anterior on the medial aspect here. Here we'll see abductor hallucis coming across here. We could needle just off this anterior border here, so where the skin changes colour. So we don't want to go into the sole over here, it's a little bit thicker, so we come up onto the side, drop it into here. Needle can be inserted into there. And what I would do is I would put that needle just perpendicular into that position there, and then I will fan that forward through the soft tissue, and you can fan it back until you hit the bone as well. So your target through there is going to be abductor hallucis, which can refer pain in, but you can also go down through the plantar fascia. So you've got the plantar fascia as the most superficial structure, and then sandwiched in there you've got flexor digitorum brevis, and then just deep to that you've got quadratus plantae. Now quadratus plantae can refer pain into there as well, so in that position you can fan up a little bit towards the bone as well. You can fan forward, you can fan a little bit inferior, so you can move that needle around. Just need to pay attention to neural structures. So coming through here, you've got the tibial nerve. Tibial nerve is branching to the calcaneal nerve and then the medial plantar nerve. And then the medial plantar nerve is going to branch to the medial plantar nerve and the lateral plantar nerve, which are both going to run round through the sole of the foot and move it anterior. So this is one of the things I would do here. Fan the needle through there. I don't often go through the sole of the foot because I feel like you can get the structures from this medial aspect without having to have the resistance of going through the sole itself. Now, if you think it's pathological in the plantar fascia and it's not just myofascial, so this really would be for like gastrocs and soleus if you're going up there for reason 3, abductor hallucis reason 3, quadratus plantae reason 3, you know, like the loading tissue referring pain in. If you think it's pathological as well, what you can do is tends to be some thickness and pathology back here. You can take your needles and you can site them around the calcaneus at about this level. I wouldn't go down here because this is really where your fat pad is here and where the needles are going to go through, and you can site that round, particularly if you've got an ultrasound on there. Have a little look for the thickness and take the needles directly to that all the way around the heel. So it's almost like a reason 1 and 2 sort of loaded tissue approach, a little bit like a surround the dragon type thing. So you could needle around there, reason 1 and 2, local healing, local analgesia, reason 3, myofascial effect. I would start with this one and see what it yields for you. Alternatives on that as well if you want to, if you think the pain is very chronic there and you think there's real pathology, is you can put a couple of needles in this medial aspect and just take them nice and deep, wire them up and run electro through there. Probably go with a hand stimulus, which is 2 hertz, switching up to 100 hertz every 3 seconds. Leave that in for like 20 minutes or so. You're going to get a segmental effect as well then from the medial and lateral plantar nerves. So you can get some reason 1, local, reason 2, local analgesia, reason 3, myofascial, reason 4, segmental, reason 5, because you're distal anyway. And that's how you can set about doing that and look at a multi-layered approach to treating a plantar fascial pain.